During his deployment, Mr. Michael has done many different duties and jobs. As duty controller, he tracked and monitored aerovac missions, including flights going in and out. As unit deployment manager, he was in charge of making sure all their personnel got in and out of the theater and tracking their travel. Also, he made sure they had the proper gear in case they were attacked. Being duty controller was a stressful job for him. He had to coordinate with the front end, the command post, the aerovac team, the patients, the casualty center, and the staging facility so they got the patients out of the theater at the correct time and not have it delayed. Along with this, he had to make sure missions started at the proper time. He was constantly worried because whether or not the patient survives depends on whether he does his job right or not. He has been on a total of 3 deployments. In every deployment, he has made some new friends, who are normally in the Air National Guard. It is nice for him to meet new long-term friends that he still stays in contact with. He ran into a lot of the same people because aerovac is a small part of the Air Force. He's always having a close group of friends while deploying, as well as making new ones. While he was deployed, he communicated with his family mostly through telephone calls. In his most recent deployment, he got to use Skype to communicate with his wife and daughter. Sometimes seeing them on Skype made things harder for him, though. The internet connection wasn't that good, and he couldn't physically be with them. He got frustrated when he had a time picked out to go on Skype and the internet wouldn't be working. Usually he talked on the phone with his wife, Jess, once a week. In doing this, it made it a little easier on him. During his free time, Mr. Michael did different things. For most of his free time, he was either surfing the internet, trying to Skype, or working out. While he was deployed, he worked out 2 hours a day. He focused in on that because Air Force is big on everyone being healthy. Once or twice a week, he would go to watch a movie. He also got to watch famous people perform for free while he was over there, which he found quite entertaining. However, they did have a job.
Operation Enduring Freedom is to ensure that America is staying safe from terrorists. So Enduring Freedom is any activities inside the United States and outside the United States that is protecting us from future terrorist attacks. So it's taking the war to the enemy is how the Air Force describes it. So Enduring Freedom is making sure that the freedom that is protected here in the United States, because we're overseas fighting and taking the war to the terrorists where they live and everything, and making sure that they don't have a chance to organize and ever invoke another 9/11 onto this country.
Mr. Michael was deployed with the 379 Aerovac Command Cell, which was in the Middle East. He was deployed for 120 days, but until he got his transportation in and out, it was about 134 days in total. He had a good experience while he was there. He believes deployments are about the people you are deployed with, and on this deployment it was a very smart group. He went along with his home station commander. During his deployment, he was the unit deployment manager. He got them over there and then back again. He enjoyed his job but missed his family while he was away. On his deployment for the 775 Expedition Aeromedical Evacuation Flight, he was the duty controller. He was located at Andrews Air Force Base. He moved a lot of patients while he was deployed over there. The main patients that he remembers are the ones who are in the worst condition. He wasn't out flying much, but he was planning the missions, taking care of the paperwork for the mission, planning for the crews as they moved around, working with the front end and command posts, and also being in charge of other duty controllers. He gathers information such as patient paperwork, where stops are, how long they'll be at a stop, who they transport, and what they'll do with the patients at the stop, from a system known as traces.